Myself and John Bowden, who is the main singer, we had an idea saying we need to have a really big sound because we were bored in this very long traffic jam. So we decided to phone Paul, who is an old friend and musical. We played music together before. And then we tried to think of other people we could ask. We said we need this band to be big, so we had, does anyone know a trumpet player? Does anyone know a drum player? And so, it was very much, and we phoned people up when we were in that traffic jam asking them if they'd be in it. We worked as a duo. I think the main reason was that we felt that our music was very good for a big crowd and for dancing. But for the whole spectacle, just to see two people on the stage, even though we made quite a big sound, it doesn't feel like a big event as much as when you have lots and lots of people. So we thought bigger is better and also more flexible, because all the instruments we chose they can be like a funk band, or they can be like a traditional brass band, or they can be like classical music. So when we were thinking of the instruments to play with, we thought, what can we get most different sounds from? And it's a very fair reflection of the band, is that we play folk music is the central thing, but all the other styles are influencing the folk music. So the English folk music is one of the best types of dance music I know, because it's a different kind of dance music, but for listening to, maybe it's better for dancing sometimes than just to listen to on its own, but the folk fans in England, they love it. With just one fiddle player they can have a whole dance, because it's all about the style and the rhythm, and the English rhythm is not, it's not so syncopated, but it's about jumping very high in the dance, and so it's especially the Southern English music is like that, and it's a very unique way of dancing. So no, I think maybe there is no traditional way of playing folk music from England with lots of instruments. So we just, the brass is slightly traditional in England. There's a brass band tradition. Brass Monkey did the same thing, and they used the brass band tradition. They're a fantastic band. But we wanted to also use things that were more modern rather than from other cultures. So, for example, we used the funk and the disco techniques to try and they fit really well with the English folk music as well. They blend just like this. So I think if we try it and it doesn't work, then we say, we won't do that. But it worked very well, and so we've hit maybe a little formula that works very well for the dance tunes. We sing a song from the Copper family traditions and traditional sea shanties too, and it's quite funny because it's a working song, a sea shanty. So obviously they wouldn't be pulling the ropes and playing a trumpet at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
But it's very much a modern interpretation just for the listener, obviously, and it's really nice when the audience joins in, because it's supposed to be the lead singer sings one thing and then everyone sings, like in our song Fire Marengo, they go fire Marengo, fire away, and we'll do it backwards and forwards like that. So it's but with the music, so people that want to just listen, we have the instruments as well to make it sound, and that fits with the disco as well, so I was lucky.
This came from Pete, the drummer, who's being a percussionist. He's very familiar with styles from around the world, and he just thought that particular tune fitted with the song, and if it works, it works. There's no agenda behind it. It's just...
That's right. John Bowden gave the lyrics to Pete, just the lyrics on their own, no melody at all, and said, "Do you want to do something with this, Pete?" Pete said, "Yeah, I'd like to have a go at doing something," and he knew the music of Milton Nascimento, and so he said he saw the meter of the song and thought, this works really well, because also it's a song about the sailing around the world, and especially to South America, because that was an important trade route from England as it was from Portugal. So I think it's quite nice. It feels very whole to do that, and it doesn't feel unusual to play that in a band.
The things work together, and it doesn't feel like the words and the music being imposed on each other. They just fit very snugly. It's very much Pete's style, I think, as well. Yeah. And the one thing about having a big band is that we can all bring in different influences and so on, and that's the joy of working with 11 people. And it's not always a joy,
No,
but most of the time.
but it's great. I tell you, it's great to opportunity to come here to Portugal to play this music, because we've only ever really tried it on a few countries, and so it's for having maybe a piece of Brazilian folk music. It's just interesting to see what the response will be.
Yeah, we do try to introduce pieces sometimes. So hopefully, Pete or somebody will stand up
say
and
this is.
will explain it to the audience.
I've read a few things, and I'm not certain, it's only a theory, but a lot of people think that some of the rhythms in the West Indies are a mixture of and it's very controversial, but some of the rhythms that led to reggae music and ska music are actually possibly an influence from English country dancing in Jamaica maybe 150 years ago, because obviously there were all the problems of slavery and everything, but the people lived together, so they had influences off each other. And the English rhythm, as I was saying, has this kind of it's not syncopated, but it's
strong offbeat. Rhythm.
The offbeat is very strong, so you go da 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 da, and then reggae is da da da. They miss the on-beat completely. So it's very close, and even if it's not true, the two styles again work very well for what we call it's mainly for the jig rhythm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Da 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 is one way that we play the English jig. I think the whole idea is that everyone it would not be the same band if it was just our music imposed on because. You know, we wouldn't pay them so much if that was the case. A sousaphone is like a tuba, you know, tuba. Only it goes around the body and comes up into a big trumpet here, like that. So it's designed for a marching band. It's invented in America
by Sousa.
And the chap that plays the sousaphone at this festival has actually changed for most gigs now to playing a European instrument called the helicon, because he thinks it fits the music better, but for here we had to get a sousaphone because they're easier to find.
We'll do what we always do, I think. But I think we've had a great time here. We've been here for 2 days already, and we're loving the food, and people have been very friendly and so on. So I think we're all quite fired up for a really energetic concert tonight.
And I think we'd be very disappointed if the people in the audience don't want to dance, because that's what a lot of our music is about, dancing, and we want to make everyone have a really good time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.